Hi, I'm Sharon Galliston and I'm a raw food chef and educator. Raw food is food that is fresh, unprocessed, in its natural state as much as possible, is full of nutrients and it's plant-based. Today I'm going to show you how to make a gluten-free bread, a healthy nut butter, and chocolate-flavored nut milk in the Thermomix. Let's get started. Okay, so first of all, we're going to boil the water. So here in the Thermomix TM6, we have a kettle mode. So I'm just going to the kettle mode. And I'm going to pour in my water to boil. And I will just activate the kettle mode. So it's going to boil to 100 degrees. And in the meantime, I'm going to start here. So here I have almonds to make the bread. And also psyllium husk to bind. We also have 3 egg whites and apple cider vinegar and gluten-free baking powder. So the apple cider vinegar will react with the baking powder to help the bread rise because we're not using any yeast in the bread. And then we also have some salt, Himalayan sea salt, and also chia seeds and sesame seeds. So first of all, we're going to put in the almonds. And we're putting in the psyllium husk. And we're going to grind it for 10 seconds. So everything in the Thermomix is really fast. So 10 seconds. And we're going to go to high-speed blending to make it into an almond meal. Okay, so the almond meal is done. You can see we can easily make almond meal in the Thermomix with just raw almonds. So right now we're going to add in some baking powder and some salt. So we're going to use the toggle function. And we're going to pulse it 4 times to sieve it and to mix it in. Okay, now we're going to add in the egg whites and the vinegar. So the vinegar will react with the baking powder to help it rise. Okay, so now we're going to knead it. So we're going to activate the kneading function and we're going to knead for 20 seconds. So now the water has boiled. So it's great to have 2 Thermomix. And we're going to add into the mixture here and we're going to knead it for another 1 minute. So we're going to add in 250 grams of water. And we're going to knead this for 1 minute. So while it's kneading, we're going to add in some sesame seeds and some chia seeds. Okay, so our dough has now been kneaded. Okay, it's a bit of a sticky dough, but it's going to be quite pliable, and we're going to divide it into 5 portions. Okay, so we'll put it onto a mat. And we also have a baking tray. So we're going to divide this into 5. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to roll it into a ball. We'll place it onto the baking tray. So we'll do this for all of them. Okay. So we can also flatten them and put some sesame seeds on top. Top it with some sesame seeds. Okay, then we're going to bake it for about 50 minutes at 180 degrees in the oven. Okay, so now I'm going to, before I do the nut butter, I'm going to pre-clean. So this is one of my favorite functions, is to let the Thermomix cleans itself. So I'm going to use this bowl for the nut butter, and I'm going to pre-clean on this side. So I'm going to pour in about 1 liter of water, and I'm going to put in a drop of detergent. And I'm going to access the pre-clean function. So what it's doing right now is the Thermomix cleaning itself. It's warming up the water to 45 degrees, and it's sensing how dirty the bowl is, and it's going to clean accordingly. So in the meantime, I'm going to make the nut butter here. So these are 3 ingredients we're making for our nut butter. So only 3 ingredients. So first we have almonds. So almonds are really rich in vitamin E and magnesium. We also have Brazil nuts, which is high in selenium. And we have cashew nuts, which is high in minerals. So 3 ingredients and nothing else. So we're going to put in each of the ingredients. So we're going to go for 30 seconds. And we're going to go to speed 9. Okay, so we're going to go and grind it one more time. So in the meantime, okay, on the other side, the bowl has already been cleaned. So you can see it's all been cleaned, soapy water, and we just have to give it a rinse. Okay, so we scrape down the sides and we're going to go and grind it for another minute, another half a minute. You can see that it has already has released the oils from the nuts, and so it's going to turn into nut butter very soon. So we're just going to give it another few more minutes, just 3 minutes, to turn it into nut butter. So halfway through, we're going to stop and we're going to scrape down the sides. So we're going to continue. So while the nut butter is being made, we're going to show you the ingredients for the chocolate flavored nut milk. First of all, we're going to make almond milk. So we have 100 grams of almonds that have been pre-soaked. So the reason why we soak it is to remove the phytic acid. So phytic acid is a substance that binds certain minerals and prevents it from being absorbed. So we soak it overnight. And over here we have 500 grams of filtered water. We're also going to use dates to sweeten the almond milk. You can use figs, you can use coconut sugar, or maple syrup, or honey, or other types of sweetener. And we have some Himalayan salt. We also have a little bit of vanilla extract, which is optional. And we also have raw cacao powder, which is high in antioxidants. So this is going to flavor our nut milk. So our nut butter is ready. And we'll just put it into a jar, and you can keep it in an airtight jar for about a month. So you can see the nut butter is very creamy, and you can actually make it with all kinds of nuts or seeds. You can make it with macadamia nuts, you can make it with walnuts, cashew nuts, you can make it with sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds as well. Okay, so we're going to put it aside. And now we don't need to wash this. We're just going to continue to make our nut milk. So for the nut milk, we are going to put in the almonds and the water, and we're going to blend it. So we're going to use the blending function. And we're going to blend it for 1 minute. Okay, so the nut milk is ready, and we're going to sieve it. We're going to use a nut milk bag. So we're going to separate the milk from the pulp. So you just have to squeeze it out. Okay, so we've separated the pulp from the milk, and now we're going to get a new bowl because we're going to rinse this bowl. So it's great to have 2 bowls, actually, double bowls. And I'm going to use this new bowl, and I'm going to pour the milk back in here. And we're going to add the sweetener, which is the dates. And also the cacao powder, or you can also use cocoa powder. We have the salt and the vanilla. So we're going to blend it. And we're just going to blend it for 30 seconds. So nut milk is ready to drink. And so we have chocolate nut milk. So here we have chocolate flavored nut milk. So let's take a look at the bread that's ready right now. Our gluten-free bread is ready, and you can see it's just perfect. You can have this as a side or with soups. And what did we just make just now? You can have it with nut butter. So this will go perfectly well with nut butter and with the nut milk. So we can spread it. I'm just going to show you how great it is. Look at that. Perfect dinner rolls. So we can smear it with all kinds of different nut butters. Okay, let's get our food plated. So here we're going to have a chopping board, and we're going to place so we have some nut butter. And our chocolate milk. So here's our healthy meal that you can make it so easily in the Thermomix. Thank you for joining me tonight. Eating well is the best thing that you can do for yourself, and home prepared food is the easiest way to achieve that. If you like more of these clean cooking shows, do comment, like and share this show, and follow us on Facebook. Goodbye.